Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at a new piece of gear that I was recently sent for review purposes, and I actually used it in a trip that I recently took, and it worked out very, very nicely. I'm the type of person that when it comes to organizing, especially like little bops and pieces and things like that, I like to have something that kind of, can handle everything. So this came in really, really handy. Now, this is from a company called Tripped Travel Gear, and this is their travel pouch tech organizer bag. So it is available in a couple different colors, and I chose this blue one. I asked them to go ahead and send me this one just because I really like the contrast from the blue color of the bag to the different leather accents that it has all around it. So taking a look at the bag itself, it is not too large. But it fits quite a bit of stuff inside of it, which is really, really nice. So again, I went with the blue one here, as you guys can see. This is a nice material on the outside. It is very soft. Very easy to to just kind of throw into a bag and not have to worry about it. Now you do have a little piece of leather right here with their name, so it says Tripped right there. And then you do have a pull handle or grab handle right here that is also wrapped in leather, so that is very nice, especially if you're going to have this sitting inside of a bag. It makes it really easy to just grab that and pull it out. Now you do have two zippers on this bag. One of them is the main compartment here, and then you have a secondary compartment in the back. Both of those have these little kind of feed through leather pull tabs here, so that is a nice accent on that as well. Now these zippers are YKK zippers, and they are actually waterproof zippers. So if you guys see right there, they do have that waterproofing on there on both of those, which makes it really nice, especially if your bag were to get wet or something like that. And then this is on the inside, and you don't want to get whatever you have in there wet, especially because you're probably going to be carrying some sort of electronics and things like that in there. Now, as you guys can see behind there, I just have a couple different things that I would normally carry in a pouch this style, so I can show you guys how that kind of fits in there. So taking a look on the outside of the bag, we'll take a look at this back pocket right here, and basically it is a just a dump pocket. This is a nice pocket just to kind of throw things in there that you need quick access to. So usually what I'll do is I'll throw like a charging cable and maybe a charging brick or something like that, just so if it's something that I need a quick access to grab in there, I can go ahead and do that. But if I did want to put something more flat in there, like maybe boarding passes or even my passport, just so I can have that somewhere where it's not floating around inside of a bag or something like that, I can easily see myself throwing that in there. So great little pocket on the outside there. Now the main pocket actually zips basically from one end all the way to the other, and that's really nice because it allows you to actually open up the bag here and be able to see basically everything that you have in there at a quick glance. I like the fact that they made this interior really, really light. It's kind of like this light gray material or light gray color here, because it makes it easy to see pretty much everything that you have in there. Now there is quite a few pockets in there, as you guys can see. So we'll start at the very top right here. You do have these two elastic pockets, which are perfect for pens or pencils or something like that. But I found that the Apple Pencil fits in there very, very nicely. So as you guys can see right there, I can actually have that sitting right there if I wanted to, and I can easily retrieve it. So you have a spot for two of those. Now what I almost wish is that they would add more of these pockets in this orientation, kind of this horizontal orientation, somewhere else through the bag, just because I feel that in this orientation, especially cables and things like that, would probably be easier to fit as opposed to up and down, like you have the majority of the pockets oriented. But again, that's more of a personal preference here. Now underneath those two elastic bands there, you do have these three pockets, which are rather large, and they're pretty nice because they don't go all the way down, so it's not like you're gonna have to be reaching way down in there to get the things that are in there. But these pockets, because they kind of sit on the back, so something like this Swiss card here, Swiss card Lite, fits in there very, very nicely. Again, not something that I would probably be carrying inside of here as I was traveling, but if I am, you know, maybe traveling in my car or something like that, and I can get away with having that just because it has a pair of scissors and a little knife blade in there. But so obviously you can't fly with that, but you know, it fits in there very, very nicely. Now, one other thing that fits in here really nice is this little Swiss Army knife. If you guys can see right here, it fits in that pocket really nice also. I like to have this style of knife because it's nice and thin, but it has a really nice screwdriver on there. So if I have to, you know, mess around with any, you know, type of tripods or something like that, where I have to torque down on something, I like to have something like that with me. Now you do have a kind of big opening right here, which allows you to put different things. Now, when I first saw this pouch, I read that you can actually fit a couple different larger size electronics, things like a Nintendo Switch, a Kindle, some of your noise canceling headphones and stuff like that. But one of the, you know, the things that I saw that kind of, you know, hit closer to home is you can actually fit an iPad mini. And this is my iPad mini here, and it just coincidentally matches the color of the bag itself, which is really cool. But I was a little skeptical when I first got it, but let me tell you, you know, it is a tight fit, but it does fit right in there. And, you know, the pouch does close, and I can have my iPad mini in there as well. So that was really cool because a lot of times I kind of have this sitting inside of a backpack, and it's usually in the laptop section or the laptop sleeve, and sometimes it's a little bit smaller than the laptop sleeve, so I have to kind of dig in for it. So if I had it sitting here with all my other cables and things like that, that worked out perfectly. So again, you have that large compartment right there, and then in front of that you have two more of these kind of elastic pockets there. They're very wide, so these fit like things like battery banks. So you see I have this one right here. That fits in there perfectly. It's right in the middle there, so I can go ahead and grab it if I had to, or if I wanted to just go ahead and, you know, plug in a charger and just have it, you know, feed through at the end of the opening of the zipper. I can go ahead and do that as well. So really nice the fact that they have those two larger pockets there. So things like battery banks, maybe SSD drives, external drives and things like that, they fit in there very nicely. Then you have this middle section right here, which is again an opening in the middle there, but you do have this zippered pocket, and it does have this little zipper pull here. But inside, it's not just a random pocket just to throw stuff in there, which you could just definitely, you know, if you wanted smaller items to not to be loose and stuff like that, you can go ahead and throw them in there. But you do have this elastic band, which with a couple different openings in the back there that run the length of that pocket in the back there. So you actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops in there. So smaller items you can go ahead and loop through there. So if you have a small little bundle of a charging cable or something like that, you can go ahead and put that right in there, and it is nice and secure. Now, one thing that I would want to see is maybe them moving this loop bands a little higher. It might make it a little bit more comfortable. So not to sit so low, maybe just a tad bit higher. That way they can go ahead and sit in there a little bit nicer. And then the other thing is maybe this zipper, instead of having it on the side, maybe having it on the very top. That way this can kind of open up. I know that would defeat the purpose because you do have a stitch point right here for these two bands, or these two elastic loops here, but I think it'll be a little bit easier to get stuff in there and then zip it up. But you do have you know, that zipper on the side, and then on the other side you do have two more of those elastic portions there that you can put in some larger items. So something like I like to carry this Leatherman as well, just because you never know why it's, you know, it's good to have something like that. But that fits in there pretty nicely as well. I just have it clipped onto that little pocket there. I'll set that back there. And then on the opposite side of that, you have two more of those larger pockets there. So again, gives you a lot of different pockets to organize all of your gear. Now, one thing I did want to mention is the pockets here on the inside are cut at an angle. so it makes it a lot easier to get to certain things, versus these are cut straight across the top, the same thing as the ones on this side. And then last but not least is on the very back here, you do have a mesh pocket here, which is nice, so you can see what's in there. Now the pocket itself doesn't gusset out too much, so this is more for kind of flatter items, but you do have inside, they do provide you a spare one of those little leather pull tabs in case something were to happen to the ones you have. But you can go ahead and put flatter items in there, so if you want to put like bills, or if you want to put like wipes to clean electronics or something like that, you can do that. And then you have two more of those elastic bands right here, which you can fit other things like maybe a small flashlight, or some more pens or pencils or highlighters and things like that. So as you can see, this organizer gives you a lot of options to carry your gear, but not just carry it, but also organize it very well. It does kind of, when you have a lot of gear in there, it'll plump out a little bit, but I like the fact that you do have that handle there, so if you have to retrieve it from the bag or something like that, you can easily pull it out and use it. Again, if you have it set up with your iPad mini or a Kindle, or if you have a Nintendo Switch or something like that in here, and maybe it's something that you just grab out of your bag so you can have it. Let's say you sit down on the plane and you want to just have this, and you can put your bag underneath the seat and then just have this kind of like on your lap next to you and have everything that you would need. This is a perfect scenario for that. So I think the travel pouch here, the tech organizer bag from Trip Travel Gear, is a really awesome option, especially if you travel a lot or you're the type of person that likes to be organized and have all of your electronics and cables and different things. Even for, like I mentioned, for camera gear and stuff like that, this will definitely serve very nicely. So if you guys are interested, I will leave a link below where you guys can go ahead and pick up the Trip Travel pouch here. And again, it's available in a couple different colors, so you can choose the color that best suits you, and you can have everything organized for yourself. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.